dare say that it's a coalition of Nigerian people. It's a movement of Nigerian people. So we can't stop people from having preferences, but again, we should not behave like we should not behave as if we're trying to create or reinvent the problems that we're trying to solve. Because that's what we'll end up doing if we persist in saying, oh, it has to be this person, it has to be this person, or the coalition will collapse. If you don't give it to this person, then the coalition is dead. Then that is not democracy. That is authoritarianism. That is imposition. The same things that we accuse the legacy parties of perpetrating. So we have to move away from that and be confident that in this new coalition, the behavior, our temperament has to be different, and we have to play by a different rule.
All right, thank you so much, sir. We should be. I think the next person should be.
Yeah, Malabati side is Malabati side. Two people, Malabati side and Kenny. Then I'll draw that line. Kabiru will be the first on that line, but Malabati side and Kenny. Yeah.
All right, great. Malabati side. Good morning. Thanks for being part of this space.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Odunayo. Good morning, Honorable Bolaji, and thank you for showing up today. Yes. So I kind of have maybe a different opinion about this most important topic of the we should get the party ticket. My question would be along that line. Do you think it's important to to get the people with presidential ambition in a room and have a conversation as to what the party desires, and perhaps get a commitment of everyone, in principle, to be able to say, look, regardless of what happens, this is going to ultimately be in the best interest of Nigerians, and we don't want you to destroy the party if things don't go your way. And the reason I'm saying this is because I believe that we're going to need time to heal. If we don't do it now, we run the risk of doing it when it will be too late to allow people to heal and allow that change management process to occur. So do you think there has to be, what I'm trying to say essentially is that, do you think there should be an agreement in principle now to say, look, given the public sentiment, given that we're up against a very strong incumbent who would rather die than give up power, this is where we should be going, and we want everyone to align. Forget about what people are saying. People will always see, you can't stop that. You see this a certain candidate or nothing and all of that. There are people who are very strong about it, and I think we should just let the people be. There are a lot of people that are not part of this conversation and will never be part of ADC, just average Nigerians watching from afar, and on the election day, they're just going to go and vote based on their perception about the candidate. So because of those people, we actually believe that maybe the coalition should be looking in a certain direction, but I will not be specific. So that's one. The second,
I have to be straight. I have 21 requests, and I have more than 30 persons who are not even on their request. And the minister, the Honorable NPS, will be leaving very, very soon. He has a meeting, and he needs to meet of that meeting. So he may come back again, but just let's make use of the time we have right now, please. Thank you.
Yeah. That's so. I just have one more question. That would be it. So PDP is a very big platform. What kind of handshake? How strong is the handshake between you and PDP? Given that if PDP decides to come up with a strong candidate in 2027, it can pose a problem for the coalition as well. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Please, if you don't mind, your mic is muted again. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Um, thank you very much for your views, Malam. The issue of calling people into a room and trying to appeal to them and get them to agree to whether we can tell them this is the direction we're going. Well, it's an option, but for me, the way I see it, given my knowledge of what has gone on in the last couple of months, is that that would be a sure road to perdition to begin to. Because if you ask any of the aspirants today, they will tell you that they've conducted polls that indicated that they were the front runners and they were the preferred aspirants. That's what every single one of them will tell you. So for you to call them to room to say, okay, you don't do this, you take this, and you then it's not even the democratic. It's contradict the philosophy that we're trying to promote, which is internal democracy. I agree with you. It's possible to generate consensus. Consensus is a brilliant way of managing the after effect of an all-out competitive primaries, and it would be so wonderful if this were possible. But in the overall scheme of things, the most important thing is for us to commit as a party that will provide equal opportunities to everyone and provide a level playground for everyone and build a system or adopt a system, a procedure that will win the confidence of everyone to know that okay, when he or she wins, then that is the verdict of members because it's the members that will vote at the primaries level. If you win, you know that that's the verdict of members. If you don't win, then again, um,
Hello, sir.
in a transparent process, everybody must abide by the outcome. That's the least that we're going to do, and I'm sure that that will be done at some point. The second question now, I can't remember. What is it again?
Whether PDP as a party, whether it's
Yes,
going to be a problem. Yeah.
PDP is, we're not, the coalition is not formed by political parties. That was what happened in 2015. That's a different that's a merger. You've had political parties merging to form the All Progressive Congress at the time. But now that's why what we have now is called a coalition. So you have so many members of PDPs in the coalition. You have so many members of other parties as well in the coalition. But if PDP wants to be part of the coalition, they are not going to be as a party. We're not going to push them out. But it's unlikely that we'll arrive at a point where we'll say, okay, PDP produce the candidate for us. Is quite unlikely. But I agree with you that if PDP somehow manage to resurrect and present a candidate of their own, um, then that might monkey the space a little bit. But we are not worried about that. We will, if they want to join, if we believe that they are convinced about the coalition and why we must do this coalition to rescue Nigeria, I'm sure that they will be welcome because they are also part of this. I mean, I like to say APC does not have a different APC members don't have a different fuel station where they buy their own fuel. We're all in this together. So I think it's a coalition of Nigerians, regardless of political parties. So, but as an institution, if PDP wants to be part of this, they'll be welcome to come and join the coalition.
Yeah, thank you. Kenny, please, sir. You just have your question. One question so that we can move on to the next person.
Yeah.
Is-
Oh, thank you. Good morning, Odunayo. I appreciate you, Bolaji, for coming here to answer our question. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. So given you made your the first answer they asked you about your previous experience. So given your last experience with or coalition of 2014, 2015 that produced that took Nigeria literally 70 years backward today, how do you plan to do things differently to make sure we are not having another coalition that will continue to plunge Nigeria into poverty? And I don't know if I could chip in just one question more. It will be like 5 seconds. That's if you permit me.
Go on, sir. Just go on, sir. Just be very
Okay,
brief.
so yeah, another the second question, Bolaji, is it's one question, but it's two. Is how do you plan to bring out, because you're talking about winning election, regardless of what you're talking about winning election. How do you make sure you people bring out, or you channel Nigerians or the supporters of the coalition to bringing out somebody that will give Nigeria the highest excitement, and that will bring the excitement and the momentum that will ride you people to the end of that election or towards the victory of that election? That's my last question. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your the first question about how do we ensure that we don't have a repeat of 2015. Well, like I said, on a personal note, it was a major regret, because sometimes I look back and I ask myself, what a waste of time, what a waste of opportunity. Because people thought that when we were going around at the time saying change, no, the truth is that there are many of us who believed in it, and but unfortunate, like you rightly noted, we probably did not institutionalize it within the party framework enough to be able to enforce some of these ideas that we committed to. We were banking on the discretion or the moral authority of a very strong leader. And that's why I'm saying we have to be very careful in where we push with this strong leader thing, or what one person can do. Nigeria is a huge, huge, complex and complicated country. You know, when President Buhari was coming on board, we told ourselves that's all we needed. We needed a strong candidate like President Buhari. That's what we needed. Someone who could jail politicians for 120 years if they steal money. Someone who would not hesitate to execute drug dealers. Someone who was hardline and prim and proper. So we believe that's all we needed to enforce all the ideas. We were ready to do the donkey work. But the moment it appeared that the leadership that we invested everything in was not ready to, or was not able to move in that direction for different reasons, then or everything that was hinged on him, they began to unravel. But this time, that's we're trying to build everything we are doing around the institution, around the political party, and to strengthen the political party enough to be able to lay the ground rules for its members. We don't have the luxury of time, but we work every single day and every single night to put this party in a position that it will not unravel. If you look at the United Kingdom, the rate at which the prime ministers have changed, but the Labour Party remains, the Tory remains. So when they choose a leader and they find that he's not behaving in accordance to is going to endanger the party's fortune at the election, or is not behaving according to the philosophy of the party, then it's removed. So we are not practicing parliamentary democracy, but even within the kind of democracy that we are running, there are enough checks. And if we are able to strengthen our party to be able to impose its authority, I will not be tired of saying that, then we stand a chance. There is no iron cast guarantee in everything, but we have to continue to do what we have to do, believing that this country is, like you said, is at its knees now. So when they say that, oh, the coalition is out to take Nigeria back, that we want to take Nigeria back, we say yes. When a country is at the edge of a precipice, what do? You take it back first. You take it back and repurpose it and reset it on a different trajectory. So that's the ambition that we have, and we believe that we will get there. On the second question, and how do we get a candidate that will trigger
Excite people.
that will excite the people? You see, that's why I keep saying that we should just not stop at engaging as just mere onlookers. If we are convinced that, and I believe there are people within this coalition who can provide the leadership that we have, but as a party, we must not handpick, we must not impose. That's what other parties used to do that had led to this. People should join the ADC. Young people should join the ADC, get the membership card, because it's only members that will vote. Let us let us mobilize in large numbers to the extent that we can ensure that our preferred candidate that we think can energize the public is able to win the election at the primaries. If we don't do that, if any other candidate or aspirant wins, then we cannot, but the party will not handpick. The party will not impose. Otherwise, um, I know it may be difficult to say this, but democracy comes with its own price and it comes at a cost. You look at other countries that are making progress, and what you see is governments that are not exactly democratic. You see authoritarianism in one form or the other. Uh, Look at Rwanda after the genocide. Look at other countries in Southeast Asia that have what the World Bank called the Asian miracle. You don't see exactly the kind of democratic government that we are trying to practice in Nigeria. So, and that's what is called authoritarian nostalgia. So you now hear people saying that, oh, perhaps maybe we should. No, no, no. We are committed to democracy with all its baggage. It may not always produce the right outcome. And that is why there has to be safety nets. And those safety nets are in the institutions, the political parties, the National Assembly, and all that. So please don't let us be tempted to start thinking that we can pick. We must not do that. Otherwise, we're not different from the other parties that we are living. Let us ensure that we empower ourselves to be able to crowd out people that will behave differently and vote for the candidate or aspirant that we know is the kind of we're not just doing this to win power. I'm convinced about that. We're not just doing this to be in power or to be in government. No, there are people who may be doing it because of that, but we are doing it because we know that Nigeria is a lived experience for many of us, millions. That Nigeria is confronted with this very existential challenge that we must rescue it from. That's why we are doing it.
Thank you so much, sir. We know you have a meeting in the next few minutes, so we'll be very brief so that we can get almost everybody here. So, Mr. Shosha, are you there? Shosha.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful
All right.
job. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Mr. Odunayo. I truly appreciate it. And everybody who's also here. And a big shout out to Mr. Bolaji. Thank you very much for coming. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of questions, but we kind of put them all out now. So I've highlighted some areas, and this is mostly related to the press statement what you put out, dated for July 9th. Right? And it highlights a few things that I believe should be, you know, addressed as soon as possible, right? And because you're the NPS, I believe this should be your area, right? And some of those issues are to do with a lack of an integrated communication strategy, right? But I believe it's something that you might be working on because there are some lapses what we've recognized, and you've also recognized some of those things, and you did address some of them on your press statement, and the areas, because I can't put out all the questions now, there's so many of them. So the first area would be in terms of inadequate digital infrastructure, right? And this is related to the website and having so many ADC handles on X, although you've already clarified that any information about the ADC, if it's not coming from your handler, if you haven't verified it, nobody should take it seriously. So everybody should take it with a pinch of salt. Right. But the problem is with the unresolved website issues, there are possibilities of enabling fake platforms. What has happened already, and we all recognize the impact of that, which is the ongoing confusion and a risk of fraudulent activity, right? And secondly, also regarding that is the, what you call it, the speed of communication. So there was delayed or more or less reactive communication regarding the website, right? It took over a week before anything was done about it, and which highlights, a lack of um, proactive public education, right? And for a party like ADC, I believe we need to be ahead of the curve when it comes to that. Because one of the issues that this would impact is the, what you call it, it demonstrates some sort of poor internal coordination, and I don't think that is a good look for the party, right? Because everybody here, I know we're all supporting the party, and we would want to see it successful, right? That is why I thought it would be great to highlight some of these areas. Also, regarding the website as well, what are the legal deterrents that you are taking to make sure this doesn't happen again? Because I believe it's a serious breach that, potential ADC members who try to register to the party could have potentially been registering to a fake website and volunteering their personal information and financial information to possible criminals, right? So something should be done about that. And the over reliance on a single channel, which still goes back to the website, and also, saying that you're the only person, where anybody can get some information from. So I think this is where the website would come in handy if it's sorted out properly, right? People would have, you know,
All right, thank you, Social. Please, we are friend is not sorry. Time is really not our ally this morning. Please, I think we'll allow the NPS to respond to the questions that you raised. I'm very sorry because of time, so that we can accommodate other speakers. Thank you very much, my brother. Sir.
Well, I mean, thank you very much, Social. The issues you raised. Yes, I agree with you. We're a bit blindsided by the website thing. We're not trying to make excuses. We're juggling many balls at the same time, but we are prioritizing it, and we'll have it up sooner rather than later. I think this issue came up earlier, not only for the purpose of disseminating information, but also in terms of bringing people in the online registration and a couple of other things. So we are working on it. We have people working on it, and like I said, we really appreciate your suggestions. With the back channels that you can reach out to us if you have other ideas or suggestions on what we need to improve on. We are learning as we progress, so we'll be very happy to listen and to learn from you, and to also have you participate if possible. Odunayo, can we try to round this off as
Yes, that's what. Yeah,
Yes.
Social is a very great host on Twitter Spaces here. So the reason why I have to allow him to do much of this thing because a lot of people asking questions, and I feel that he should be able to provide answers to them. So having you opportunity to ask those questions, that was the reason why we do so. So I know you have a meeting by 11, by 10 o'clock this morning. So and I what we want to please for you once again is for you to make it available for us. You can see we have almost 400 persons here already, and we have more than 50 requests from those who are already here and people who are requesting. So to tell you very well that people want to ask questions, they want to know what's going on, they want to be participatory, and you have to give them opportunity to do so. So thank you so much for coming around. We really, really appreciate so much, and we really appreciate. I have a lot of questions on my DM. They are so numerous. I can't mention them enough, but I still know you have a meeting. I have a pressing for time, so that's why I will accord you the opportunity, sir, that you give us the opportunity to come back again, rather, to listen to us, to hear from us, and to be able to like get these questions as much as possible too, as soon as possible. If possible, you can give us a date. They can converge again and do so, sir. Thank you.
thank you very much, Odunayo and Esteem. I'm actually the one who need the opportunity to come back and and interact. So I thank you for providing this platform. I will have be happy to spend the whole day. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'll be happy to spend the whole day engaging, because this is really, really important. It's a new thing we are trying to do. So any opportunity we have to have conversation around it can only benefit us in terms of getting people to believe that this is the direction to go. If there are one or two compelling questions, I'll be happy to take them before we go. But I can assure you that sooner than later, my team will get back to you to schedule another thing like this.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. I think we should allow Kolade, then Shehu Abubakar should be the next. Kolade and Shehu Abubakar.
Okay,
Kolade, please,
thank you.
can you just be brief? Just be brief, please.
Yeah, I
Let's be
will.
very.
I will. I will. Thank you so very much, Odun and the co-host. Mr. Bolaji, thank you for the opportunity to be up here. Okay, straight to my question, sir. So, in your opinion, or in the opinion of our party, ADC, is consensus candidacy and imposition of candidates the same thing? That's one. Number two, sir, knowing fully well that you just came on board, yourself and our able chairman and party secretary, knowing fully well that, that we just came on board, what is the modality for you putting together, or how you put together a team in quotes of people that you are currently working with? That's number two question, because the reason why I'm asking for the modality is like, or are we sure that we are not just making our party ADC in quotes just an extension of the PDP? Because not everybody on this platform is a supporter of the PDP. Some of us are from a different political party, and everybody wants inclusivity. We want to be included in whatever is going on in our new party. Let me just drop it right there.
Well, thank you very much. The first question is whether imposition and consensus are the same. They are not the same. Imposition is clearly what it means. Imposition. Consensus. I remember was it Mwalimu Nyerere said the African democracy is built on what he called ujamaa, which is a consensus building. Is a very, very good way of resolving issues and minimizing the fallout, the conflicts, or the animosity, or the bad feelings that follow a defeat. If we can engineer that, that would be a perfect way. So, like I said, when someone asked the question earlier, I said that's an option. But at the same time, if we are not able to engineer that, the best thing is to provide to go to the best alternative is to go for the competitive convention, the elective convention. But the imposition is what we will not do. Because that will be the easiest way to destroy everything for ourselves and to disappoint millions of Nigerians who see hope in what we are doing. Now on inclusion, as someone made a brilliant suggestion earlier, that one way of forging consensus, even in our communication, is to bring people from different tendencies of the coalition together to form the base of the communication team. I think that's a brilliant suggestion, and I think that speaks to the issue you raised about inclusion. Yeah, I agree with you. It's not everybody here that's PDP. There are people from other legacy parties as well. And there are independents who didn't belong to any political party who are now part of ADC. So we have to recognize all that and in the next, as quickly as possible, try to bring bear that in mind as we build our systems. Thank you very much.
All right, Shehu Abubakar.
Yes, good morning, everyone, and good morning, sir. Thank you so much for making time for us. Just a quick question. We've been part of, the previous parties which we've all been part of, and one of the problems that I've seen is that you can register, in a party, but then the avenues for you, to actually contribute, to actually be part of this party in terms of building the party itself, is not there, because the key stakeholders just take over everything and then shut everyone else out. So how are we as young people, apart from registering as a party, as party members, how do we now contribute? A lot of people have time, energy, resources, ideas. How do we now be part of this party really, and how do we help in terms of building this party to be as democratic as possible, to be as youth oriented as possible, so that we can build the party that we will all believe in? So thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shehu. I'm glad you are highlighting this, because we have to be able to do that. I agree with you. Once the election is done, there's so much disconnect between members and the party. I would like to know what your ideas are on how to solve this problem. But it's a problem. I agree with you. We have to problematize it, and we have to find ways to solve it. Because, like if you recall at the beginning of this conversation, I said one of the things that ADC is out to achieve is to produce the successor generation of Nigerian politicians. We don't have all the answers, but that's our ambition. And I believe that it's something we have to start from the scratch to create a pathway for young people to be fully engaged at the heart of the party, to mainstream young people and ensure that there are a couple of ideas that I would not want to start mentioning now on how to do this. But Shehu, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be glad to share your own idea, to hear your own ideas and views on how to do it. But it is really, really important to us, because I cannot emphasize it enough that this is not just about 2027, and it's not just about taking power. It's a huge opportunity to build a real political party. And if we fail in the regard to what you have highlighted, then it will not have optimized this opportunity for ourselves. So I thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, and the hosts. I thank you very much for the opportunity you have given me to engage with you this morning. Like I said, I will get back to you on when we can do this again. I'm really thoroughly enjoyed myself, learning from all of you, listening to you, and getting to feel your sentiments, your views, your fears, your concern, and especially the brilliant ideas that are coming through are more. I feel more knowledgeable about the terrain, having participated in this, and I'll be looking forward to having another opportunity to engage you. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. In fact, we appreciate your coming and the time you have spent with us this morning. For those who could not speak, those in the speaker session, my brother Metaphor, I'm very sorry. I apologize on behalf of the hosts. We apologize. Next time we'll give you an opportunity. The NPS has to go attend a meeting right now, so we cannot spend more time with us. And for those who sent questions to my DM, I apologize. I promise I will send the questions across to him. Even today, I will send it to him directly, so he will look at it. And when next we have him, he will throw some light on it. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, listeners, and thank you for those who participated. God bless you. I appreciate you. Odunayo, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Bolaji. We really, really appreciate it. Like my co-hosts have said, I have no much to add to again. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to have you here. Like this is a place of ordinary Nigerians, and it's an opportunity to speak with ordinary Nigerians like myself. So opportunity like this, we don't take it for granted, and we look forward to talking to you as soon as possible, sir. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
La la la.